So I briefly wanted to talk about just how smart of a driver Charles Leclerc is. Now, obviously, he didn't get the win here today in Saudi Arabia. He finished P2, but it didn't. I mean, it took Max almost three attempts to finally understand what Charles was doing and to actually calm himself down. And I think his engineer came on the radio and told Max, "Keep your head down, calm down." And eventually, once Max was able to kind of do that and compose himself, he was able to play it smart and got past Charles, I think, on the third try, and that's ultimately what allowed him to stay in front. Of course, that Red Bull has blistering straight line speed, but man, Charles, such a smart driver. I don't think he gets enough credit for how smart he is, especially now that we can see him really showcase that intelligence and his skills in that Ferrari, considering how great the Ferrari is now. Charles, intentionally letting Max go by on 2 occasions just so he can have the DRS open on the straight. Drivers haven't really been doing that. I mean, we've seen it in Formula One in the past, but Charles has made a regular habit of doing that because he knows how aggressive Max Verstappen is, usually coming into a DRS zone. So I love to see that, and hats off again to Max for finally learning. It only took him a couple of laps, but he still was able to adapt very quickly, which is also why Max Verstappen is a great driver, and hence why he's the current defending world champion. It's great to see 2 drivers actually using not just their skills and their consistency with their cars on track, but also obviously using their intelligence to do different things, to outsmart their competition, to give themselves an advantage. It was really awesome to see Charles and Max both demonstrating that. But again, I think Charles doesn't get as much credit as he should for his intelligence, understanding Max's driving style, understanding where exactly to slow the car down right before the DRS detection zone. That way he can get that wing open and get that extra speed on the straights. Who do you guys think is going to win the championship this year? Obviously, Charles is still leading because of Max's DNF in Bahrain. We still have a long way to go. 20 plus races on the calendar. Of course, me being a Ferrari fan, I am still hoping Charles gets his first driver's championship. That is, of course, my hope. But at the end of the day, whoever is the best and most consistent driver throughout the season, regardless of my favorite team or favorite driver, deserves to win. If it's Max, it's Max. If it's Charles, it's Charles. I don't think anybody else is going to be even close. I think these 2 are way ahead of the rest of the field. Of course, we still have a long way to go. Upgrades will be coming in. Maybe the first ones for, I think, Imola. I'm not sure if any teams are bringing upgrades to Australia. So I fully expect it to still be a Charles and Max fight all the way to the end, but we don't know. Things could change. I'm not sure if Sergio could be in that mix. I don't think so. Carlos Sainz, he's still a couple tenths off from his teammate. And then, of course, the Mercedes are, essentially just not even really in that fight as much as they would like to be. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. But nonetheless, Charles, such a smart driver. Max, obviously, also a smart driver, and he is learning now how to kind of combat Charles out there on track. And to think, like I said, we still have so much more racing to go with these 2. I'm very curious in regards to how their driving styles perhaps will change. Max inherently has always been a very aggressive driver. That's how he drives instinctively. So it'll be interesting to see if he really does start to change his driving style a bit more, to have a little bit more patience. But we'll see. You guys let me know your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe to the channel here for weekly Formula One discussion content. Fortunately, that's all the time I have for you today, but I will see you all